Hello and welcome to Yoga with Lucas. Thank you to the WB channel. And today we're going to begin with some seated meditation, watching the breath, and most importantly, watching the mind. So please come to a nice, comfortable seated posture and a good relaxed position. Elevating the seat with a cushion or a block would be really helpful. And let's take a few minutes here to just watch the mind and see what comes up. You can close the eyes or softly gaze at a single point. Find what feels good and what works for you. And now begin to take some deeper, fuller breaths. Slow and mindfully expanding the lungs. Let your exhale be audible. Hear and feel the exhale. Let's take a deep breath in together. And letting it go. Let's flutter open the eyes, wiggle the fingers, squeeze the palms and release the hands. Let's roll the shoulders. Let's roll the arms. Take some big circles. So today's class will be a bit more gentler and a bit more mindful as well. Let's go in the opposite direction. Get it nice and tall. Feeling into the movements, opening up the shoulders. And taking it to center here. Let's take our left hand in between and our right hand behind us and just take the right shoulder back. Twisting from the core. Letting your breath expand your shape. Just nice and easy, very gentle here. Let's come back to center. Take your right hand to the center and take your left hand back. Think tall, aligned spine. And taking it back to center here, let's take our right ear to our right shoulder. And then back through center, left ear, left shoulder. And a couple more times like that. Really feeling the movements, noticing how each position feels before changing. At the center here, let's bring our chest forward and reach the chin up. And then exhale, kind of press the heart backwards, let the chin hang. A couple more like that, feeling into the movement. Moving with the breath. Once more, nice. Inhale raises the chin. With a smooth exhale, let the chin hang. Bringing us down. Let's take our left hand to our left side. Let's reach the right hand up. Let's wiggle our fingers here. Find some movement with the hands. And over to the other side. Taking the right hand down and reach the left hand up. Weight even in the sits bones. Let's reach our left hand. Let's find some action with the hand. Curling in the fist and then releasing. Rolling the wrist. And let's take it to center. Let's come on down to the back. All right, so on your back, bend your knees. Take your hands by your sides. Knock your knees together here, so take your feet a bit wider and just feel into your vertebrae. We're going to really relax the vertebrae with 2 deep breaths. So take a really deep breath in. With your exhale, soften the muscles of the back. And again, deep breath in. Long exhale, relaxing the back. And then bring your left leg in, hugging the knee in, and then reach the right leg out long. Heel can be on the ground, or you can float the foot for more action, okay? And we're just gonna increase the distance between our feet. So you kind of find what feels good for you. Still warming up here, so invitation to take it easy. And we're gonna switch. So bring the right knee in and reach the left leg out. You can slide the heel or float it. Let's do it a few more times, but let's do a little bit faster. Let's inhale the knee in and exhale the opposite leg up. And then inhale. And exhale. With your breath, inhale draws it in. Exhale reaches it. Let's do one more on each side. Then let's take the left foot flat, straighten through the right leg. We're going to roll the foot and roll it the other way. And then point and flex. And switch. Working with our ankle here. Roll the ankle out. And then switch directions. And point and flex. Bring the leg down. We're going to press the hips up high. Getting your knees and your hips in line with your shoulders. Maybe you press the hips higher. And we're going to roll down the back. And press the hips up. Option to interlace your hands and roll over top of your shoulders. You can just keep your hands by your sides, pressing the shoulders down to raise the hips up. And lowering the hips down. And let's do it one more time. Let's reach the hips down. Take your arms behind your head here. Take hold of opposite forearms. All right. And then we're going to bring the feet together and let the knees knock wide. So if this is a lot for your hips, then you could put blocks underneath of your thighs. I mean, if it feels good for you and you don't need the blocks, then go for it. All right. But the blocks feel kind of nice too. All right. We're just going to take a couple more breaths here. Taking any adjustments so that you feel a pleasurable stretch, right? This is feel good yoga. You can switch the grip of the hands. Well, let's do this. We're going to do some leg lifts, really good for the hips. So rock onto your right side. Take your bicep underneath of your ear. We're going to pulse the left leg up. And do this until you reach exhaustion, or until you start to feel the muscle really fatigue. So let's get in like maybe 7 or 8, maybe more. All right, and then rock on over to the other side. Really, really good for the knees. Helps to strengthen the ligaments and the muscles that protect our joints. It's important to keep them strong. All right, rock back onto your right side. We're going to do something a little bit different. Instead of floating the top leg, we're going to float the bottom leg. Same deal. You get between 8 to 15. All right, and then we'll switch over to the other side. And we'll do the same thing over here. So we're going to float the bottom leg. Pulse the bottom leg. This one feels a little bit more awkward, but it's really good for the body. Working out the muscles inside the inner thigh and your legs. All right, let's come back to our back. Let's do a nice full body stretch. Let's take the legs wide. All right, take the legs wide. Reach out with your fingers. Take a couple breaths here. Expand the body. Point and flex through your toes. Wiggle the fingers. Let's take a big yawn. Open the mouth nice and wide. Inside out. And let's slide the feet back into center. Take the knees in. We're going to hold the knees vertical of the hips. And let's start rocking a little bit left and right. And then let's take this into circles. Let's circle the other direction. Feeling a circle around your tailbone, or the top part of your tailbone, right? Like where the tailbone meets the spine. Now let's do a little bit of core. So let's take the block in between the knees. Let's squeeze the knees in, hands along our sides, pressing the palms down. We're going to rock to one side and then rock over to the other side. So we're pressing the hands down to activate through the back body as we rock the knees left and right. And you take the knees as far over as you like. So if it feels good for you to engage nice 45 or 60 degrees, go for it. And if you want to just do some nice subtle rocks as you press the arms down, you're going to get really nice activation through your core. And let's go ahead and rock up into a boat pose. So you can take your hands underneath your knees, do a couple of rocks, come up into a boat. We call boat Navasana in yoga. So let's take a modified Navasana here by gripping the hands underneath of the thighs. Don't take all the weight in your hands, right? Keep some of that core activated, balancing your tailbone, floating the feet. And see if we can raise the heart up a bit. Use your breath to lengthen the spine. Keep the spine nice and straight. Keep the core activated. So you should feel like a thorough, like a well-balanced engagement through the body. Option to kick the feet or bend and straighten through the legs. And let's cross our feet. And let's come forward into a tabletop pose. All right. Let's tuck the toes here and sit the hips back towards the heels. So you get a bit of a toe stretch, then come on down to your forearms. Feeling your toes. If you're not getting enough of a toe stretch, you can come up onto your hands and sit back a little bit further, okay? Or you can come further forward to get less of a toe stretch. Just letting your head hang. All right, very good. Let's release our toes and let's bring the hands forward underneath of the shoulders. Engage your core here, press into the palms. You strengthen your upper body, zip up the body, so zip your ribs in, zip your, what's below your ribs? Your organs. Draw everything into your midline and zip it up. And then we're going to press back and then shift forward. We'll do this a few more times. Inhaling forward, exhaling, press and back. Not going all the way, keeping the back flat and straight. And taking it to a neutral tabletop, so shoulders above your wrists, hips over top of your knees. And we're going to start with just shoulders. So keep the arms locked, soften the chest, press the mat away, and then bring it closer again. And then from neutral, we're going to go into our cat-cow. So inhale, drop the belly, gaze forward. And exhale, dome the spine. Inhale, raising the tail up. And exhale, tucking the tail in. Taking a few more like that. Moving with your breath and enjoying the stretch. And let's tuck the toes here, and we're going to float the knees up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lower the knees. Let's shift the hands forward, come forward to a cobra. Tuck your toes. We're going to come to a down dog with the exhale. Bend your knees. Hug your chest to your thighs, pressing into the ground. Let's lower our knees again and rock over to your left side for a side plank here. We're going to draw the top hip back and also stack the shoulders. So you want to get your knee underneath your hip. It can be really nice to use a block underneath the bottom hand. Now, let's actually remove the block for a moment here. Reach the hand forward, float the back foot, inhale, and exhale, elbow towards your knee at your midline. Inhale, reach it out. One more time. Reach it out and lower it down. And let's rock over to the other side. Rock over to the right. Why don't we start with the block here? The block helps you get a really nice alignment. And then let's remove the block. All right, reach the hand forward and the leg back, float it, inhale, and exhale to your knee. Once more. And maybe a third time. And then reach it out and lower it down. Awesome. Let's take a couple more cat-cows to rinse that out. And with this cat-cow, invitation to wag the tail a bit side to side as you move through your cat-cow. Kind of shake or jostle some more openness into the body. All right, and let's rock over to our left side again. This time, invitation to straighten through the bottom leg. All right, if that's feeling good for you in your practice today. Let's bring the knee back and come back to center. And rock over to the right side. And we're going to straighten the bottom leg, same deal. Bring the knee back and come back to all fours. Let's press back to down dog, look forward, and let's walk the feet up to the hands. And let's come all the way up to standing. Reach the arms up high. Reach, reach, reach. If you have a low ceiling, like I do at the moment, you can actually press into the ceiling. And then bringing the hands into the heart. Let's lean a bit left and right. And let's release the arms. Let's sweep a bit side to side here. You want to let your hands slap your chest and your butt. And then opposite chest, opposite butt. We're doing a nice, gentle, mindful flow this morning. So we're going to do some Qigong tapping. All right. So before we do that, let's do a little shaking series. Okay. Let's activate the body here. So let's bounce on the balls of the feet. Kind of light in the shoulders, light in the hips. All right. Relax the heels down. Let's rock from the heels to the toes, kind of feeling into our sense of balance. Feeling into the balls of the feet, back down to the heels. All right, and then get nice and balanced in your stance. All right, let's shoot the fingers a few times. Circle the elbows. All right. Now one of my personal favorites, the shoulder shrugs. So we're gonna rock the shoulders, alternate left and right. And first, just isolate the shoulders. This is a really good movement for the back. You're gonna notice one shoulder wants to lead. See if you can lead with the other shoulder. And then just make it even. And then make it a little bit of a broader movement. Bring the hips in. If you feel silly, good. Probably means you're doing it right. And then let's take it down to the hips. Take the hips a bit side to side. Then we're going to take it into the legs. So check out my legs. We're going to alternate the legs. We're going to shake the legs back and forth. And then again, to the balls of the feet. Does your body feel a little bit more open now? Let the shoulders balance. Relax your lungs, right? So let the breath be natural. Shake the feet. And now we're going to relax into the stance here. So take a moment, check out your feet, and make your feet parallel. This is a good time to practice our posture. So feet are parallel, and you're balancing evenly on your left and your right. Okay, check out your feet. See if either one of your toes are leading, and then bring it to so that the tips of your toes are at the same plane, the same point. Okay, and feel the connection in your spine. So we're taking a moment here to develop a good posture, and feel into this posture. Softening the shoulders evenly down the sides of the back. And taking some mindful breaths here. So what I want you to do now is kind of tap the tips of your fingers together. Just begin to feel like what that feels like. We have a lot of nerve endings in our fingertips. And we're going to take our fingers and we're going to tap along the forehead, and tap along above the eyebrows and then the temples. Just notice how this feels. So we're going to kind of activate through the largest organ in the body which is the skin. So then take it down to the cheeks, underneath the eyes, right? Take it along the jaw. Just tapping, 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 bringing awareness to the sensation. Also a gentle self-massage of the muscles of the face via tapping. Okay, and then we're going to go back the way that we came. The temples, relaxing the breath, right to the forehead. Now we're going to tap along the hairline, like the center. I'm feeling it in the mind. Okay. Kind of down the back of the head, to the neck, however that feels for you. Give the neck some taps. And the shoulder, and then come to the chest. See if you can make a fun sound. Bringing awareness to the body, here to the muscles. You can tap a little bit harder too. Give yourself a bit of a self-massage. And we're going to tap down to the sternum, and then to the belly. Just get a couple even taps in the belly. Right, there's a whole system of yoga where they do this for like the whole hour. So there's something to it. Okay. And then we'll take some taps to the back, the kidneys. All right, and then my personal favorite part, we're going to work on the hips. So kind of on the side, the obliques, right, where you find like that large muscle group, and see if you can stand in a way that relax. Some taps. Kind of close the fists and use the palms or like the meaty part of the thumb, right? And then work on the upper glutes as well. And then we're going to go down the IT band, so the side of the thighs. Again, standing in a way that relaxes the muscles and give yourself a little self-massage. And we're going to open the hands and slap. Again, activated through the skin. It's really good for circulation. Oh yeah, let's come down. Let's come to the left arm, right palm, down the top, and up the inside. Over to the right arm, left hand, slapping down the top and up the inside. And then again, come into a comfortable standing position. And invitation to feel the largest organ in your body, the skin. Notice the sensations, kind of like the activation. See if you feel any more like electricity. And let's take a warrior 2 shape. Let's take the left foot forward and the right foot back. Let's take our hands to our hips here. We're going to bend and straighten into this front knee. Let's reach the arms out, straighten the leg, bring the palms together up overhead. Bending into the knee, arms out into T. Inhale, straighten and reach up. And then exhale, reach along. So we're going to do some dynamic movements through warrior variations, continuing with your breath. Keeping that knee from going past 90 degrees. Now let's reverse the warrior. Flip your front palm back and down to the leg. Go as deeply as you like. Work on arching back. And then take a side angle. So take your left hand, your front hand to the thigh. Reach your back hand up high. So this is A very nice gentle variation. You can come on down to the forearm if you like. Let's take the top hand down to the ground. Reach your left hand up high. Option to lower the back knee. Focus on the twist. You can use a block. All right, you got two options. You can squeeze everything into the midline, or you can let your knee rock out to the side, just stretching different muscles. Let's take the hand down and bring the foot back. Let's prepare for vinyasa. Inhale and exhale high to low. Take the elbows to 90 degrees and then pull it forward. And exhale to a down dog. From your down dog, let's pedal out the legs, bending and straightening through the knees, either one or both. And then walk the knees forward, bring the feet forward, and then root to rock. Reaching up high. And again, Urdhva Hastasana, reaching up, extending high, pressing down into the feet. And then bringing the hands to the heart. Let's sweep the arms forward here. Lighten the hips, lighten the knees. Get some momentum through the wrists. Let's face the other side of our mat. Now let's take the right foot forward, left foot back, hands to the hips. Let's bend and straighten into this front knee. Reach the arms out in a T, straighten the knee, bring the hands together up overhead, sky archer. And exhale to the warrior two shape. Mindful of your knee, you can always lengthen the stance out. And inhale, bring it together and up. And exhale out. So we're working the other side. Move with your breath. And warrior two, flip your front palm and reverse. Working with gravity here. Backhand down the leg or behind the back. And relax the head back, tilt the chin up to flow into that arc. Inhale and exhale to a side angle. Take the hand to the thigh, reach your opposite hand up. Option to come down to the forearm or side angle. Beautiful. Take your top hand down to the mat. Low lunge twist. Reach your right hand high. Option to lower the bottom knee. And find a block. Inhale to prepare. And take the hand down, bring the knee back, move through your vinyasa. Come back to a down dog. And let's lower the knees. All right. And let's lower the belly. Let's take locust pose here. Reach your hands back, float the feet, float the hands. Lower one cheek down to the mat. Take a nice breath. And then float everything up again. And lower the opposite cheek down to the mat. Let's rock the heels left and right. And go ahead and just roll over to your back. And let's take a figure four stretch. So take your left ankle on top of your right thigh. And interlace the hands behind your right leg. Hugging in your knees to your chest. And then switch the grip of your hands as well, so opposite thumb on top. Gently squeezing the legs into your core. And then let it go. Let's rock the knees left and right. You can let the legs relax. So like we're doing like a book. Right? Left, right. And bring your knees in. You're going to take a supine twist. So inhale the knees in the center. You can take a block off to your side, or you can cross the legs for more action. So let the knees rock over to one side and gaze the opposite direction. Come back to center, inhale. And exhale over to the other side. And back in the center. Now go ahead and take yogi's choice. If there's any other postures that you want to work on to feel complete in your practice, go ahead and take like 5 breaths here to work on those postures. And we'll float the hips. And lowering the hips down. Making your way to Shavasana. Take any other final gentle movements to get nice and comfortable and relax deeply into final relaxation pose. Actively releasing tension in the body. And today I'll offer the invitation to either stay in Shavasana or to gently make your way into a seated meditation position. Gently fluttering open the eyes and making your way into a seated position. Let's exhale. Take a closing breath together. And sharing the exhale. Let's bring the hands together and acknowledge each other and our shared practice of yoga with the word Namaste. Thank you so much for joining in and for flowing and for meditating with me today. Such a joy to lead this practice. I will see you again tomorrow, same time, same place. All right, thank you.